So now we will see the detailed description of various data structures, and for that we are going to start with array. So array is a data structure that is used to store the homogeneous elements in a contiguous locations. So an array is defined as set of finite number of homogeneous elements or same data items. The size of an array must be provided before storing the data. The array, as I said, it is set of a finite number of homogeneous elements. It means an array can contain one type of data only, either all integer, all floating point number, or all the characters, we should say. So when we are talking about array, so the array is number of elements in specific order, typically of all the same type. Elements are accessed using an integer index to specify which element is required. Means, for example, if we want to store the marks of all students in a class, so we can use an array to store them. So this helps in reducing the use of number of variables, as we don't need to create a separate variable for marks of every subject, and all marks can be accessed by simply traversing the way. So there are the various types of array: one dimensional, two dimensional. So the array with only one row or column is called as one dimensional array. So in that the data type we are using that needs, that is integer, character, float, and the size, maximum number of elements that an array can hold. So ARR is nothing but the name of the array and the number specified inside the square bracket here. This is nothing but the name of array, and the number inside the particular bracket is number of elements of array that can store. So this is also called as size or length of that particular array. Now how we can represent linear array in memory? So the elements of linear array are stored in consecutive memory locations. So see, this is our linear array. 10, 100, 20, 500 and 600 are the elements. So we are storing them at the particular address, memory address location. So in this way we can represent the linear array in a consecutive memory locations. We can see over here. The elements of array will be stored in the memory location, as I said, in the consecutive memory location. The number of elements that can be stored in array, that is the size of array, which we have seen this array 10, that is the size of that particular array. Now as I said, there are the types of array, that is single dimensional, two dimensional and multi-dimensional. So single dimensional means array with one subscript, two dimensional means array with two subscript, talking about rows and columns. Multi-dimensional array means array with multiple subscripts. Now the basic operations that are performed on array, that is searching element, inserting element, deleting element, sorting the elements mean in specific particular order, merging means we are doing the combination, and traversing means we are visiting each and every element at once. So these are the basic operations that can be performed on array. We can traverse the array means we are trying to access each and every data items exactly once. So that is nothing but the traversal. Insertion means we are adding the new data item, that is insertion. Deletion means we are deleting the existing data from the data items. Searching means we are trying to find the location of that data item. In two-dimensional array, it is collection of elements and each element is identified by the pair of subscript. As its feature that it will be stored in the continuous memory location. The elements of two-dimensional array as rows and columns. The number of rows and column in matrix is called as the order of that matrix. Okay. And the representation of two-dimensional array is done by the row measure method and the column measure method. In the row measure method, we can see in the diagram, all the first row elements are stored in the sequential memory locations, and then all the second row elements are stored, and so on. Whereas in the column, all the first column elements are stored in sequential memory, then the second column, then the third column, and so on. That is the two-dimensional array. So what is the advantages of array? It is used to represent multiple data items of the same type. It can be used to implement other data structures. Two-dimensional arrays are used to represent the matrices, And the many databases include one-dimensional arrays whose elements are records. So this is all about arrays that we have seen in this section. In the upcoming section, we will see the remaining structures, that is linked list, which are the types of linked list, some examples, stack, queue, everything in detail. Thank you.